Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from Mac Attack XRP. Early Bitcoin buyer says dismissing XRP today is a mistake. You know, we already know that if you don't buy XRP in this cycle, like if you don't buy it before this cycle begins, you are missing out on the greatest return on investment in all of crypto right now, because everything that's happening is leading to the flip of the switch moment. You got to be holding when that happens. You know, everybody wants to go back in time and buy Bitcoin. Soon, people will want to go back in time so that they can buy XRP. Strange, the banking GOP didn't invite Michael Saylor. No, sorry. I forgot that Bitcoin is slow, expensive, and not scalable. The banking elite do not care about Bitcoin and Michael Saylor, and that's why XRP will overtake Bitcoin. I'm telling you, when the flippening happens, you will be shocked at the money that pours out of Bitcoin into XRP. Because when something runs on a belief system and the belief dies, people need to hurry and move that money somewhere else. And that's what Bitcoin runs on, a belief system. The belief that it can go higher, the belief that it's digital gold in the age of tokenized gold happening. Then it's a store of value, but every time something happens in the world, right away, Bitcoin comes plummeting down. It doesn't have sustainability, and it is going to be shocking to see when XRP takes the rightful spot as the #1 crypto. The industry is hesitant to trust regulation to an unelected official because of the SEC's record of not acting in good faith. Brad Garlinghouse reminds Congress the agency was called out for lacking a faithful allegiance to the law. Take a listen to this.
Is that depending upon an SEC and CFTC to work together assumes good faith appointed officials in doing that. What we have seen previously is the SEC actually sowed confusion in the marketplace. They took contradictory positions. Under Chairman Gensler, they took actually contradictory positions in different court cases, which actually created more confusion. Yeah. And so you had federal judges saying things like the SEC was being arbitrary and capricious in their application of the law. You had judges, federal judges saying that they were not following a, quote, faithful allegiance to the law. And so my concern in depending upon a unelected appointee to make those decisions is that it assumes a good faith actor. And I think what we saw in this most recent SEC was just a war against the industry at large without a consistent application of that law.
And that's why laws need to be put in place. So people like Gary Gensler cannot push innovation outside the United States anymore. And Brad, all he's ever been looking for is a level playing field. You take notice to that? He wants what's good for all of crypto. Bitwise says buying XRP is cleanest way to invest in the rise of tokenization. They go on to talk about how great the XRP ledger is for tokenization as well. But holding XRP is a form of exposure to tokenization. It's more than exposure to tokenization. XRP, it can be utilized as the bridge for tokenized assets and all of the value that comes with tokenization. That's going to pick up momentum later this year. I really want to see which direction the SEC goes in as far as tokenization. But once that starts getting going, it is going to be such a great time to be an XRP investor, because we already know that the XRP ledger was built for tokenization. And this was one of the funniest clips to come out of the Senate GOP today. Take a listen to this.
Why do you think the crypto industry is buying Senator Gillibrand?
I said, look at the campaign contributions from this industry.
Do you think they bought her?
No, I said, look at the campaign
You said
contributions.
they bought her. Do you think they bought her?
Senator, you need to focus on this bill instead of trying to distort my Twitter.
You called one of my
you
colleagues
were quoting
a crook,
what a Marxist in Chicago said
and
about
what
me.
evidence do you
Make
have
no
that she's
sense.
a crook?
I said there is massive amount of campaign contributions coming into this Congress from the crypto industry.
Do you want to apologize
You
to
need-
Senator Gillibrand?
I do not want you to have to apologize for passing legislation
want to
that
apologize
destroys
to
our
Senator
economy.
Gillibrand for calling her
You
a
are
crook?
distorting what I said, just like you did in the last hearing. You're wasting everybody's time, Senator.
You're a whack job.
Senator,
You are a
wasting.
blatantly
Well, I think we are.
next
I
level
think we.
whack job.
I think we
Is
are.
this middle school, Senator?
Senators and witness. Thank you both.
I think you should apologize, Senator.
I think,
Gillibrand.
Senator, you're wasting our time. This is not middle school.
Thank you for your participation. I will say that Senator Smith is next. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brad's expression at the end was great. And now they're saying that the crypto community, these crypto companies, are buying senators now. The crypto industry put a lot of money behind these politicians' campaigns because they wanted change in Washington. We are at the verge of the digital transformation happening, and the U.S. needs to capitalize on this. You couldn't capitalize on this if you have politicians that only care about the big banks. The U.S. would get left behind as the rest of the globe pushes into the digital age. But that guy was absolutely a moron. Coinbase is down. OGs know what this means. So Coinbase went down as Bitcoin reached a new all-time high yesterday. And we knew that would happen. I said that even in 2024, every time Bitcoin reached a new all-time high, Coinbase magically went down. And it's gonna happen again. And that's why I don't trust the exchanges. You know, if you're storing your crypto at the exchange, it's not your crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto. You don't buy groceries at the grocery store and leave them behind. Don't buy crypto at the exchanges and leave it behind. Get a cold storage wallet. EU grants MiCA licenses to 53 crypto firms. Tether and Binance left behind. You know, I said it in multiple videos. We are going to see a bottleneck with exchanges as well. If exchanges cannot meet regulations, if they cannot pass through these compliance laws, they are going to be gone. Any exchange not doing AML, anti-money laundering, or KYC, know your customer, most likely they are going to be gone once regulations are in place. And we're going to see a bottleneck in crypto, a bottleneck with the exchanges, and I want to make sure you realize if you're using one of those exchanges, there's a good chance your crypto will also be gone, because they'll just fold up overnight and all of a sudden everybody's crypto goes with it. Keep your crypto safe. Ripple has consistently prioritized regulatory compliance. That's how you achieve 60 licenses worldwide to operate within legal and regulatory frameworks. Take a listen to this.
Mr. Garlinghouse, I'd like to just kind of turn to you. I mean, I just wanted to just get your thoughts on this. I mean, do you acknowledge what Mr. Levin's saying in terms of the illicit actors, the bad actors being able to utilize crypto right now? And, you know, I certainly appreciate the efforts that your company has made in terms of AML, but, we're still seeing these problems. Is that something that you see and recognize as well?
Ripple has always been a compliance-first company, and as I said in my early testimony, we have over 60 licenses around the world. That being said, I think anytime you see bad actors, they're looking for, as Mr. Levin said, whatever the easiest path is. They use cash, they use other assets. I've even read about them using gold.
Yeah.
So certainly they're also experimenting and trying to use digital assets. I think the good news has been, in many cases, they don't often understand how traceable and trackable that actually is, and it's more trackable than obviously cash.
Yeah.
That's why blockchain is the future, because everything will be fully trackable, fully transparent. Right now, if somebody's doing illicit activity with cash, nobody even knows that that is happening. But they always blame crypto. Crypto's only used for illicit activity and anti-money laundering. But did you ever take notice when most of the time when we see the articles about that, it always involves Tether or it always involves Bitcoin. You don't see these utility-driven cryptocurrencies utilized for illicit activity. And I think as things keep getting put onto blockchain, eventually you're not going to have to worry about illicit activity anymore because the people will be tracked down in a matter of minutes. They'll know exactly who did what. Trust Payments, first to offer modular Ripple technology, delivered new payment options for settlements. These are more rails over in UK and Europe. And we're seeing those rails also building out in real time, whether by Ripple directly or partners of Ripple. And that's why I said, over the course of even just the last 3 years in videos that I was making, I always pointed out the announcements about more growth and expansion around Ripple. I really do believe that this entire new system is almost ready. In other words, I think every single country now has rails inside of it. And some of them, if they're not Ripple rails, they're Stellar rails, or they're Algorand rails. Maybe they're Hedera rails, or maybe they're tied to QNT or XDC. What I'm saying is this, and IOTA, I'm telling you, IOTA is a cryptocurrency that's going to emerge one day, and everybody is going to realize they missed the IOTA train. Because Internet of Things is not slowing down. Industry 4.0 is building out in the background right now. Same thing with XDC network. A lot of people are overlooking it, but digital trade is already getting put in place while we're all being distracted by something else. I even think the tariffs are going to be part of digital trade as well. But as you're seeing all of this get put in place all around the world, you see it happening now in real time. It's coming together in real time. And that's why I always said the flip of the switch is not going to happen in 2030. Most likely, it's going to happen a lot sooner. I think we're going to get the institutional adoption first, and they're going to finish putting everything in place for the current financial system connecting to the digital system. And then all of a sudden, everything's going to switch over like a mass event. And it's going to seem like an overnight event, but most likely it will take 2 or 3 days for that to happen. But as that's happening, the price of these cryptocurrencies will rise with the switch. And what happened to BitBoy? I'm going to tell you this. You are about to make a lot of money. A lot of people always called it instant wealth syndrome. And you need to prepare yourself for that. BitBoy made like $30 million in the 2021 run. And it's gone. I mean, he's pretty much penniless, and now he's in jail as well. You don't let money control you. You control money. Don't let money change you. Stay the same person you are today. and always stay level-headed. What I mean by that is don't go on a massive shopping spree, because guess what? You're going to be back here chasing the next big thing. If you keep that calmness and that level-headedness, you can make much better decisions with your instant wealth that you're about to receive. And that's why I always told people passive income is a better option, because you're not selling any of your crypto off. Instead, you're getting monthly payments. It's like if you hit the lottery, right? You always have the option for the lump sum or monthly payments. Sometimes monthly payments is a lot better option. And then you start to build off of that. Maybe you open a business. Maybe you buy your first house, whatever it may be. But don't let money control you. What you're about to experience is going to be something absolutely incredible. If you've never been through a bull run before, or an alt season before, you are in for one hell of a show. And I cannot wait to experience it again with all of you. I cannot wait to make a hell of a lot of money with all of you. And that's why I always told you, you got to keep your crypto safe. I really do want to get rich with every single one of you. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.